There's a time when you snuck into the room to see what the...
I sneaked into the room. Snuck isn't a word, Conan. And you went to Harvard and you should know that.
Snuck. Past and past part of sneak.
I asked Kronovi this earlier, and I'm going to ask you now. It's a very easy question. It's meant for you to kind of get your moment here. Does G2 go all the way?
We going all the way, baby!
They physically can't cover the ground. Another dunk! Look at that! In overtime, they like to do that to this dunk. And a lot, he's going to make it a short one. Centers it down to a lot. A strong shot from a lot. But that would not have happened without Rizzo. And an immediate response from a lot as he... And the shot coming in from a lot. You're on the other team. And now his ball just going to find the net wide open. Now Rizzo, he missed that ball.
I didn't shoot in anyone else's house.
You didn't shoot in anyone else's house? Just like...
No one has proof that I did.
GMA talked to Mom Angie's former boss at a Vancouver real estate firm, who told us Little Tay filmed using his car and some of his properties for sale, all without his approval.
Sheikh Halali knows he's vandalised the mosque. And if that's not bad enough, things are about to get a whole lot worse. Because next, Sheikh Halali calls in the law. Sheikh Halali leads police to the door. The officer inspects the damage. The Sheikh looks at his watch. It's been 15 minutes since he kicked the door in. Yesterday, I returned to the mosque to show Sheikh Halali the footage. At 10:46,
yes,
you kicked the door in.
Yes, what happened?
His excuse sounds familiar.
Some trick.
Some trick?
Some trick.
Apparently, it's all a giant conspiracy.
What is this new door?
Sheikh, you broke the door.
No, nothing.
Sheikh, you broke the door.
That we, I show and the trick in this film.
Do you know what I'm concerned about? I'm concerned that you are lying to me. I'm concerned you are lying to me. Are you lying to me?
We decided to see what would happen when we asked a psychic detective to help solve a missing persons case. Posing as the distraught brother of a missing child, we sent our producer, Charlie McElravy, to meet with Lori McQuarrie.
Hi, how are you? Very nice to meet you, Lori.
We showed her a photo of this missing girl, and she agreed to take the case for $400.
But I think it's solvable.
But what Lori didn't know was that the photo our producer gave her was actually a childhood photo of me. And obviously, I'm very much alive.
I don't believe she's alive. I'm sorry. I believe that it was a violent passing.
McQuarrie's sixth sense told her the girl was brutally murdered and sexually assaulted.
I think she was hit in the head with a rock.
But her visions didn't end there.
I think she can be brought home.
Pointing to a remote spot on this map, she even said she could help bring her body home.
Maybe even a mile or two from there.
The next day, McQuarrie sat down for an interview with me to talk about the work of psychic detectives.
I just had a gentleman in yesterday. 30 years ago, his sister disappeared.
She soon began talking about a recent case, but clearly her psychic abilities didn't tell her that I was the girl in the picture.
One of the first things I do in a case, Lisa, is I always make sure people know that if I feel the person is living or not.
So you'll always know,
yes,
when you talk to a family member, when you start a case, you'll know if this person is dead or
yes,
alive.
And that's the point, is that
every time.
Yes.
But apparently her psychic abilities didn't see this coming.
Lori, I'm going to show you something.
Okay.
Okay.
Yes.
Does this girl look familiar to you?
Yes, she does. I worked this case.
This is a girl who you said was beaten and killed.
Okay.
This little girl is me. And you told somebody that she's dead.
Wait a minute. You didn't disappear?
I'm right here.
Well, that's interesting, isn't it?
How do you explain being completely wrong?
I can't explain it.
You're charging them hundreds of dollars.
You know what, dear?
Hundreds of dollars. You're taking advantage of desperate people with a bunch of hocus pocus, aren't you?
No, I'm not. I think we'll go. Thank you. It's been an interesting experience. You all have a lovely, lovely evening.
Recognize how threatened so many women feel when, for example, the kind of, one of the best-selling and most prominent intellectuals in the world right now says in an interview that maybe if women don't want the workplace to be sexualized, they shouldn't be allowed to wear makeup.
I didn't
right?
say that.
Well, Google
I
it.
didn't say
It was
that.
a Vice interview. Google it.
Because that's the part that I'd like for you to do. Like, complete the thought. A woman...
I'm not saying that women shouldn't do it. And I'm also not saying that it should be banned. But I'm saying that you're absolutely naive if you don't think that that has anything to do with sexuality. Now, I'm not saying that people shouldn't use sexual displays in the workplace. I'm not saying that.
If you are curious about the quote that I mentioned, please do Google it. It's an interview with Vice.
We don't understand the rules. And so I was pushing a limit case. That's what I was doing. I wasn't saying women shouldn't wear makeup.
This is a test case, right? Like, we are not here to say, like, Jordan Peterson believes that this is true. We are talking about a specific test case.
Google it. It's an interview with Vice.
We are not here to say, like, Jordan Peterson believes that this is true.
Take it off!
Keep them low!
It's like the last scene of Slapshot.
Yeah!
No way.
Kick them out. Yeah.
I feel terrible. This is my second stream of the summer, and this might be the best one.
Low.
King, Jack 10 still plays. 10 still plays. A 3 or a 7 chopping. An 8 wins it for Felicio. Otherwise, Lou's going to win this.
Lower. Come on. Deuce.
Look at him do it already. I'm tired.
Come on.
Oh my God. No way. No way.
The only reason I'm doing this is because this one's a python, and as you see, he won't bite because he can't eat me and he doesn't feel scared. I don't scare him, so he won't bite, and he hasn't got venom. Now that's a python, but it's very difficult from a distance to tell a python from a... you might have to cut him, he's biting my neck.